Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Happy, Healthy, and Successful, where we're bringing together teachers, holistic practitioners, spiritual masters, alchemists that share with you ideas, processes, tools to step into what's next for you, into your health, a new level of health, new level of vitality, new level of spirituality, whatever that may be for you. And today we have Doc Rick Rimler. Hello, Doc Rick. How are you doing?
Hi, Maria. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
It's my pleasure. Tell us a little bit about the shift that you made or what you're now really stepping into and teaching about, sharing with your clients, people around you that is changing the way they do health, they take care of their bodies.
Yeah, so I've been a podiatrist in South Florida for about 35 years now, and of course I was trained traditionally. I was never comfortable with the treatments, the Western medicine treatments that I was taught, and it wasn't until I met my wife, who had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia and was put on 5 prescriptions, and she said nothing doing. And she then started to research healthier ways to treat the problem, with including diet and exercise, going gluten free, going dairy free, getting off each prescription one step at a time, substituting supplements, forcing herself, even though she could barely move her body, forcing herself to start exercising in small increments.
Mhm.
It helped that that she is a behavioral analyst, so she knows how to take tasks and break them up into small pieces for her clients, and she did the same for herself. So when I met her, she had successfully transitioned from a bunch of prescriptions, medical band-aids for the problem, to try to get more to the root of the problem. And she was able to successfully transition away from all of that. So that was the big influence for me to then expose me and open me up to a different way of doing things. So I started to do similar things in my own personal lifestyle.
Mhm.
So when I graduated from podiatry school, podiatric medical school, you take the Hippocratic Oath, which says first, do no harm.
Mhm.
And the second part of that is let food be thy medicine. So I embraced that, and I started to learn all I could so that I could take those same principles and put that into my practice, where I can take some of the traditional aspects of what I learned, but also bring in all of these treatment options that were much safer. So to me, the number one thing that I wanted to do for my patients was to improve the safety profile for the
Mhm.
treatments that I was doing. So for instance, somebody had a heel pain and they were told to get a cortisone injection. Well, guess what? The cortisone in the area that you give it causes tissue destruction. Even though it can help the problem, long term, it's not so good. And it's actually, you have to limit the number of shots that you can get. A lot of people out there do not even know that.
Mhm.
Also, you can take an anti-inflammatory, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, whether it's over the counter or prescription. And one of a common side effect of that is causing a stomach ulcer, which could land you in the hospital. Now, there are more serious problems that you can get from that too, such as taking it long term can cause kidney damage. It can raise your blood pressure. It can cause gluten sensitivity. It can cause a lot of problems. And so I was very, it was very important to me to have a safer way to treat problems. So I immersed myself in the holistic field,
Mhm.
learned from different sources ways to do things in my field safer. But at the same time, so I started doing that in 2011, and now here we are, 2024. So I'm about 13 years into it. So it's a long way going into this process now, and it's the same as if I was doing traditional medicine, where you're trying certain things, you try to get a better way to do it, a faster way to do it. So of course you have to get things done fast but
Mhm.
safe. And that's my motto in regards to treating my patients.
Beautiful.
So I basically created my own category in podiatry, holistic podiatry. I'm one of the few in the country, and I'm proud of it. It's my goal is to try to spread a different way of thinking when it comes
Mhm.
to your health.
Mhm.
One of my main points is don't accept the prescription so quickly and easily. Well, initially, if you want to accept it, that's fine. But then start working with a practitioner that can work on lifestyle changes. It's called epigenetics, where lifestyle changes influence your health, not just your genetics, but the lifestyle choices that you make can influence how your genes are expressed. So by not smoking cigarettes, for instance, you're going to improve your health and you're going to cut down your risk of lung cancer, let's say. By
Beautiful.
doing other things like a vegetarian diet, you can
Mhm.
actually reverse heart disease with a vegetarian diet. And you don't have to say, oh, I need to take this prescription for that, which does not reverse heart disease, has a lot of side effects. It's a much better way of tackling a problem, which is called functional medicine, where you're getting to
Mhm.
the root of the problem and
Mhm.
you address the root.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I love that. And I'm a functional nutrition practitioner as well myself. So I understand, as well as an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I understand getting to the root of the problem and treating it from the source. And that does involve changing or modifying your lifestyle and the way you take care of your body and the way you exercise and the way you eat and the way you look at yourself overall. So it's really a mind, body, spirit approach. And so holistic. Tell us a little bit about your approach to health, exercise.
Yeah, so my main mission in my life is to get people to self-empower their overall health by looking to their feet as a starting point. So in a nutshell, that's why my brand and my motto is called Start with Your Feet. And by being mobile, you're going to do a lot for your longevity. So, just a quick point about shoes, making sure that you're wearing a shoe that does not hurt. There are certain components of shoes that need to be there, such as firm behind the heel, having an inch from your longest toe to the end of the shoe. Those are some simple things that I find that most of my patients are not in the correct size shoe. So just starting with that, when you're walking around, you need to be comfortable. You
Mhm.
need to know what your foot type is. So I created my own orthotic, which is a prescription arch support. I worked with a lab to create an economical yet functional orthotic that has prescriptions built in. I offer that same choice of orthotics to a limited extent on my online store, where someone from far away can have access to that, and it's a lot cheaper than most of the orthotics that are sold in doctors' offices. So I wanted to make it accessible. So that was a brainchild of mine that took a while to do. I contacted a local orthotic lab and told them my dream of what I wanted to do and my vision. They were able to help me do it. So that's the thing that you put under your foot. So the 1-2 punch as far as the podiatry aspect is the proper shoe that's supportive, firm behind the heel with a lace, preferably about an inch from your longest toe, which is the width of a thumb, and take that insole out and put a pair of Doc Rick's orthotics inside. Then you have your right foundation to create balance and stability and reduce your chances of injuries. Then, with that, is my number one topic that I like to educate people about, and that is my version of interval training. Most personal trainers have heard of high intensity interval training.
Right.
I like to call it interval training because I don't want to scare anybody off who might be not in great shape or might be overweight. I don't want them to just not be able to get past the name of it. So I'm calling it my prescription for interval training. And to me, this is besides not smoking cigarettes, this is probably, in my estimation, the number one thing you can do for your health, for longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what that is, it's a fast, slow rotation for only about 12 minutes to get your aerobic exercise in. So the beautiful thing about that, here we have the new year. Everyone makes their New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that most people want to do is they want to get healthier, they want to lose weight, they want to live more with vitality. So this covers all of those bases. And so basically what you need to do is you need to realize that because it only takes 12 minutes, you can get it in before work or before school, which to me is the key thing. As you get your day going, the end of the day comes and you are tired, you're hungry, you have to pick up the kids, you have to go to the grocery store. There are so many different distractions that happen at the end of the day. So if at all possible, I recommend Monday through Friday before work or school, just get up 12 minutes earlier and do it close to home. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I personally do it, but then I'll give you variations on how other people can possibly do it. So I'll tell you how I do it. And this is scientifically backed with physiologic studies that show that the benefits of this are actually better than if you were to go walk for an hour, or if you, even better, than a marathon runner, which in my estimation is actually not healthy for you. You actually wear down your body, you wear down your heart, and you actually promote overuse injuries. So here's a short and sweet version of an alternative, my version of interval training. So I go out in my street, right in front of my house. I sprint for 20 seconds. I'm able to sprint. Not everybody's able to do that, and I'll give variations of that in a minute. So I sprint for 20 seconds, then I walk for about a minute and catch my breath. Then I turn, go the other way, and I do it again, 20 seconds. I do that 6 times of 20 seconds fast and a 1 minute roughly recovery speed.
Mm-hmm.
Then the final 3 are 15 seconds. So they're shorter than the 20, and I do 3 of the 15 seconds. The key take-home point of that is to do the 15-second intervals faster. So when you do the 15-second ones, you go as fast as you can. You do a minute recovery after that, then you're done. Okay, so you're done. So the whole workout takes roughly 12 minutes. You go inside, you shower, have your breakfast, go off to work or school. So now, by doing that, what are the advantages? So what you're going to do is you're going to improve the strength of your lungs. You're going to improve the strength of your heart. You're going to go improve oxygenation all over your body, and oxygen will be anti-cancer and will be anti-inflammatory at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're also going to go into up to a 12-hour afterburn of fat. So you won't burn fat during the workout. You're going to burn fat after the workout. So as long as you couple the interval training with a diet that's low in white flour, which is the number one culprit of our American diet that leads to disease and weight gain, you will potentially lose weight as long as your thyroid and adrenals check out. You will also, the most important thing I believe, is that this process is anti-aging. So everybody's looking to stay young. And this is a way for you to do without spending large amounts of money on stem cell treatments and other treatments that are very high end. All you need is a good pair of sneakers, a pair of orthotics to promote stability for your foot. And then you're often walking or running, and you are on your way to living a more vital and longer life. So you're going to add years to your life by doing this. So how about somebody that is overweight that can barely walk? Well, you're going to start slow. You're going to do incrementally. You can play around with the numbers so that if you can't go fast for 20 seconds, you can lower it to 15 and finish with 10. Or you can go 10 and finish with 5. You need to have a total of 2 minutes of fast interval in your workout. That's all you need to do to get that physiologic effect, and go faster at the end to get that chromosome, keeping the chromosomes long, and that will promote anti-aging. So an older person, an overweight person, you can do the same thing. If you can walk, you can do it walking. So you can walk fast and then walk slow to recover. You can jog or walk slow to recover. You can run or walk slow to recover. But you can also just get a floor pedal and sit on a regular chair. You don't even need an exercise bike. And you could do the pedaling on a sitting on a chair, pedal fast and then stop. You can do an elliptical machine. You can do this on a treadmill. You can do it on an exercise bicycle. You can do it in the pool swimming, or you can do it in the pool in the shallow water running in place, which is actually a combination of interval training and weight resistance training at the same time. So you can get your legs done and doing your cardio at the same time. So it doesn't have to be daunting. It can be tailored to any age, any weight, any athletic activity that you are able to do. And I just like to say, do it close to home so that you don't have to make it a whole project. So therefore, you can try to get it in Monday through Friday. Get to the gym twice a week also, preferably. And that's an important thing, just as important as the aerobics, because you want to make sure your muscles are strong to promote, to go against osteoporosis, to go against arthritis, to promote better posture and lessen your chances of back pathology. So you want to do that also. But as a podiatrist, this is near and dear to me. The interval training, most of the people are going to be doing it walking or running or jogging or on a bike, an elliptical. And so to me, that's the message that I want to tell people, that you don't need to spend an hour. If you go to your primary care physician, most of the time they're going to tell you, yes, you need to exercise, but they're going to say 30, 40, or 60 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. And maybe people will do it in the month of January after their New Year's resolution, but they're probably going to peter out by February. And then the rest of the year, done, not going to do it. And then maybe the following year at New Year's, the resolution comes up again, and then maybe they'll try it again. So my point is that it doesn't have to be a long, arduous process. It can be short and sweet. I've been doing it since I heard about it at age 50. And I tweaked the original prescription that I learned about. It was from an anti-aging doctor named Dr. Al Sears in Palm Beach, Florida. And I tweaked his prescription to make it more realistic for myself. And people can tweak it themselves even more so, depending on their fitness level. So if you can only go fast for 10 seconds, do that. And just do it. You'll have to do more intervals, but just make sure you get 2 minutes of fast interval total. Make sure you go faster at the end on a shorter time period. You're not gonna cause much damage doing that. Of course, somebody with health problems, get a medical clearance from your medical doctor before you do it. But if you're in good health, you're ready to go and you're ready to do it. And so I invite people to start doing that. It's a quick way to make a huge impact on your overall health. You can lose weight this way. You can stay vital and live longer with vitality longer. You want to live as long as you can, but you want to be as mobile and vital as you can. And this is a great way to do it. And so I'm proof. I'm 63 now, and I've been doing it since I'm 50. And I'm in better shape now than when I was 50. So I know that it works.
That's great. That's great. And this sounds like it could be something that they can add very easily to their routine. It doesn't take a lot of time. It activates the body. It starts moving energy, starts moving blood around. It starts and really activating the organ systems for release and detoxification. And again, it's easy. It can be implemented any time of the day, and complemented with like weight bearing as well. So that's great. So again, mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah. So, let me just give you an example. On a rainy day, I'm not going to go outside and do it on the wet, slick road. I'm going to go indoors and I'm going to do jumping jacks instead. So I do the same prescription, but just do jumping jacks, and I stay dry that way. And I'm not going to slip on the wet street, possibly get hurt. So there are all different ways to be creative with doing this, and it's just something that people need to be made aware of, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to educate as many people as possible on this, because you don't need a prescription for this. You don't need to see the doctor for this unless you're getting medical clearance to say, is it all right if I do this? Besides that, you're good to go, and you can start doing it and start slow. You don't have to, go 2 minutes fast. That's also an important thing. Going 2 minutes at a fast speed, that's for like an athlete. That's not for the typical person, especially if you're not in great shape. So make it realistic, tailor my prescription to make it your prescription, tailor it down if you need to. But the point is, start doing it. All you need to do is give yourself 12 minutes. So it's only about getting up 12 minutes earlier in the morning. I try to emphasize doing it in the morning just because it's just so much easier to get that in. It's in the bank. And not only that, Maria, that you get the endorphin release even with this short workout, so that it actually energizes you. It wakes you up. It helps to wake you up, just like my organic coffee does. But it also gives you a sense of zen. So you get the endorphins released. You have a sense of zen and calm also. What a great way to start the day. So you're going to be ready to start the day with like a Teflon coating on you, where stressors can bounce off of you easier, because you have gotten this strategic form of exercise in to start your day. That's why I like to say, start your day with this.
Beautiful, beautiful. So just to sort of recap and summarize everything, start your day with taking care of yourself, adopting this integral training. I always say meditation as well, because now you're taking care of the mind. Any other practice that you want to incorporate for yourself. So you're taking care of your mind, you're becoming more resilient, you're feeling more grounded, you're running more energy, your blood is circulating, as well as you're releasing, and as you're increasing your circulation, you're also releasing, you're activating your digestive system. So again, it's creating this, like it's awakening and turning on all your operating systems, and with you're aligned with the orthotics, so the right proper wear. So again, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your health, and you're also changing. So we talked about epigenetics. You're changing what you brought in, what you accepted, by changing dynamically within yourself, what the cells are doing, how the body's working, and that you're feeling better because you're using your vitality. Beautiful. If anybody wanted to find you, connect with you, where would they look? Where can they find you?
Okay, so if anyone wants to send me an email, they can send me an email, docrick@startwithyourfeet.com, which is my website, startwithyourfeet.com. And I have a podcast. If you go on the website, there, by the way, on the website, on the blog page, there's a free ebook download for interval training. So if somebody wants it in writing, it's a great way to have it. You could download it to your computer. You can print it. You have a resource to refer to. I have a podcast called Holistic Strides. That is, you can view it. You can listen to it. I do that twice a month. I'm on the social media channels. All of that can be found on the website. The easiest thing to do is to just go on the blog page and give your email, get the download for the ebook. And then when I put out weekly content, it comes right to your inbox, so that you don't have to search for it on YouTube or the various social media channels. So, but if anyone has a direct question, they can email me at docrick@startwithyourfeet.com. And if anybody is interested in my Doc Rick's orthotics, they can go onto the website. There's an online store. They can also go to docricksorthotics.com, where it's a sort of everything on one page, which is a lot easier to digest. And if you wanted to get a further discount for your viewers, you can put in the coupon code START NOW. So if you do that, it'll take some money off the cost of the orthotic. And the orthotic is already at a very affordable cost, but it'll take, I believe, $20 off of that. So and the orthotics last about 5 years. You just need to put your shoe size in. The prescriptions are already built in. You just choose between two products, a regular and a sensitive foot model. They're very comfortable, but they also are functional. They actually stabilize the foot. With years of my biomechanical theories put to use in my office with my patients, that I'm now bringing to a larger audience to try to get them into a more stable place for their feet. And then hopefully they can take control of their overall health by moving around better.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you can put your best foot forward stepping into 2024. Very good. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge and experience and your gifts. And I look forward to hearing more success and impact in the world. Thank you so much, Dr. Rick. And thank you, everyone, for being with us today.
Thanks, Maria.